Hi, welcome to Beyond the Wall, show where we get together every Monday night to discuss what's going down in this final season of Game of Thrones. Today was a big episode, and I got two amazing guests to discuss it with me. I have the amazing Prashasti Singh and the amazing Sahil Shah.
Thank you.
Here on the show, doing his
My double Wolverine.
Wolverine
my cheap Wolverine look.
thingies. It's so great to have you here, and let's just get into it. I think we've got a lot to discuss today. First things first, I'll ask the audience, and I will ask the two of you. Was this the best episode of the season thus far? Hands down or nope? While the audience votes. Prashasti?
No.
No?
Yeah, I
Sahil?
would give it it's a mix sort of thing.
Not the best.
Like not best, no.
I thought, yeah. For me.
So, my favorite episode of the season so far, but I will qualify that by saying that that's not saying a lot in this season. And I thought it was an episode of two halves. Hated the first half, loved the second half.
Yeah, actually, that's why I
That's-
tweeted, right? Like for me, the episode more than the story and everything, in terms of cinematography, the way it was shot and the
The
music.
technical team brought their A game.
Like I was just like, okay, that long
Yeah.
shot of Arya
Oof.
during the war.
That was like War of the Worlds. The
done.
Tom Cruise War of the Worlds,
This-
Saving
yeah,
Private
yeah.
Ryan vibe.
This totally they've nailed it. It's that for me was stunning.
I did not like that episode at all. Sorry, guys. I'm reacting very abstract
Ah,
level.
yeah.
That's fine. From your gut, from your
Yeah.
gut, it's fine.
I saw the episode and I was like, yeah, I'm a fan. fan. I should like it. I just could not. I felt so angry after the episode.
Why though? What about it?
I think technically great. Yeah, now that you're saying, I'm like, yeah,
okay.
सही किया उन्होंने बहुत सही सुंदर बनाया. But it's just. I just expected better deaths, I think, better closures
fair.
because it's so many things got closed, right?
Sure,
Like,
yeah, lots of loops got
Yeah.
closed.
Right? Like I was waiting for how Cersei's end comes about,
Yeah.
what exactly happens, what level of evil do we see
Yeah.
from Cersei's
Yeah.
end. When Daenerys takes the final step, what really brings her to that?
Okay.
The-
Let's see if the audience agrees with you
Yeah.
or not. Nope, they're on your side. They're on your side. It's a 63% and a 37% hands down. This was a divisive episode.
Yeah, there has to be
It
like
has
a
been.
third option.
Yeah,
you
There
know,
has to
like
be-
option needs to be there.
It needs to be there. Yeah, fair. I didn't enjoy the first half of the episode at all. But now I've accepted that the writers have made certain choices. Those choices are now there's only one way they're going to play out, and we have to deal with the fact that this like Mad Queen turnaround
Yeah,
is going to
yeah,
be
yeah,
like
yeah.
random and rushed.
Yeah.
And after that, I just gave myself over to the spectacle.
But like that's the thing, right? So I was reading up articles and all, and everyone's like, yeah, this was predicted throughout. Because when I was watching the episode, when that entire turnaround happened, I was literally at the screen, TV going, no, don't do it, don't, no.
Same.
They've done everything nice, sweet
Yeah.
people are there. There are children over there. I know the child. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. And she just like, forget.
Lost it, yeah. Like, chill now. Let's live our life, yeah. Fucking burn everything. Fuck it.
It was always gonna happen. It was
Oh,
always
man.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I still don't, till last episode, I still thought that maybe they foreshadowing it, and what will happen exactly will be that, Daenerys, the real Daenerys
Right.
will come out and
Yeah,
she
yeah,
will
right.
not do this,
Yeah.
Right.
She will actually surprise us all by bringing some humans, like all the experience she's gained over continents.
Break the
wheel,
like she said,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like she will not be predictable, but
I think my favorite part of the episode was literally like throughout, if you were saying, right, every action that John has taken is because, oh, ladki hai to kar lenge. Like she could have said whatever. She would be like, yeah, hey, listen, cut off your right hand. Acha,
Like,
aapke
yeah,
liye to
do it.
you will, I'll do it for you.
I just want to point out that Jon Snow is sitting on this table
Yeah.
and like staying true to character, he's just sitting here and not doing anything. He's not doing anything. He's just sitting on the table and he's not doing anything because he's a method actor.
Yeah.
He's in character even now. At some point he will glower at the camera, and at some point he will look shocked. But that will be Jon's only contribution. In
And
this
at
episode.
some point he's going to tell everyone, fall back, and then
Yeah, like how many times, John? How many times are you going to play this
Jagrat,
game?
we've come to fight now. Get out of my way.
Done. So the thing is, right, with her turning human, all of that, on the one hand, I never expected that it would happen. But like a lot of people are like, technically it's been built in since season 1 and the hints were
Yeah,
all
that's what I'm saying,
there and
yeah.
all of that. Sure, but does it feel a little bit like the hints were there, but then they never really doubled down on those hints, and now suddenly in season 8, they're running with it.
But
Like,
that's the entire criticism of the entire season, right? It's the fact that now that they know it's the final season, it's like everything that they built up to, now they need to end it. So they're like, hey, we gave you hints, right? Okay,
Right.
now move. Let's end the case. Done.
Like I felt like if this were episode 9 of the season, right? And we'd had 2 or 3 more episodes of essentially I feel like a lot of things that were one scene conversations, like the one between Tyrion and Dany at the start of the episode today. I feel like that could have been another episode before this episode.
Correct.
I feel like all of those things, and then this would have felt that inevitability of it.
correct.
versus...
Correct. It's just too rushed. Yes, I would have absorbed this action much better if they had the way they built her up to be this person who's breaker of chains and whatnot. They had brought her down with that pace.
And that whole problematic imagery of her being like this white savior and all was there always.
Yes.
But
That was,
like it was always there. But this just...
White savior who pillages and now burns everyone. It's kind of...
Her first kill for today was... Farewell, Lord Varys. Master of Whisperers.
You know what? I was watching that episode and honestly, there was one death where I didn't feel bad. I was like, yeah, because I don't know. As a character, what do you think of Varys? Because I personally am not attached to him. I've tried all the seasons.
I like I like the masala that he brings in. Like I'm not attached to him, but I like the twists that he could probably bring.
I like his point of view. He's the only character on the show who's just constantly thinking about the people.
Yeah.
He has always maintained that my loyalty is to the realm and the people of the realm. And that's it. And he did that to the end.
Correct.
But like her killing him was also like...
Yeah, I was like, stand, okay, now that...
Right, I guess you guys need another thing to make us hate Daenerys. So, you know, let's just do this also.
I love this entire, my own personal killing system with the dragon, you know? Like, she can literally put cold pizza and she like, Dracarys, chalo ho gaya mera. Tu mera, kabhi tu naukar hai, tu kar. I'll tell you what to do.
Tu bas kar.
The coffee done that, Dracarys, okay, done.
Like, which brings me to another huge problem before we get to the next question. The one huge problem is, what the fuck have they done to Tyrion? Right? Like he used to be, I drink and I know things, but now it's like, tu bas drink pi. Tere ko kuch nahi pata hai.
And I also weep and hug my brother. That
basically.
is,
Dimag se dil ka aadmi ho
now
gaya
he's become
like, really, he went and told Dany, like, what did he think was going to happen?
It's just this. I'm telling you now. This is my theory. Okay, that this entire season is like a high school gossip thing happening. You know, like I promise you won't tell. Promise. I promise I won't tell you. I told you.
And even the dialogues are like that. That you told her, he told him.
I told her.
Yeah, they actually sat and did the whole chain today. So, she told him, and then she told, of course.
You did it.
आपस में ऐसी बात नहीं करते कि थोड़ा उसमें भी हम क्लास ले आते हैं कि अरे तुम्हें किसने बताया.
One guy is sitting there. Varys is writing letters to send to friends. You know what she did? You won't believe what she did, and then he's sending it to. What is this?
Varys is ultimate sly tweeter.
Like, he's like sitting.
Ultimate sly tweeter. Which brings us, of course, to my next question, which features one of the most loved characters in the history of Game of Thrones. And my question is, why couldn't Euron Greyjoy kill the dragon this time? I want to be clear that I was being sarcastic. I don't want any shit in the comments. People are like, are you serious? You like Euron? No, nobody likes Euron. I'm pretty sure the guy who plays Euron doesn't like Euron. Euron is nonsense. He looks like young Eddie Izzard on MDMA. It's nonsense. It's not required.
I've always wondered what he looks like. He looks so familiar.
Yes.
Like I just can't place my finger on what.
What,
he's got that,
yeah.
like that
He does.
great, like,
That swag.
He looks like every British villain you've seen in a movie.
But like the extra. He
Like
doesn't
the
look that
super
main.
gleaming,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
glary-eyed,
yeah.
like guy. But why couldn't he kill the dragon this time? Was it because Euron was distracted or because Dany followed Modiji's advice and used the cloud cover?
Amazing choices, by the way.
I think they're very good choices.
I feel it's definitely. I think everyone knows.
It's
Logically
consensus.
speaking, it's cloud cover.
I mean, everybody knows this.
Yeah,
Everybody knows
it's
He
this.
showed amazing Strian.
He did. I'm just imagining this meme of him sitting in like the war room being like, some experts were saying we should do the dragon raid after 2 days. But I said, well, you know what?
I know, you'll get into the wrong territory.
We're
not
just going
trying to-
somewhere
yeah,
else
we're
now.
mixing,
We're just
like,
going.
yeah.
Today's
Cute,
episode is
guys.
about the Mad Queen, not the Mad King, guys. Please focus. All right, please, everybody, focus. I want to know what the audience has to say about this. Audience.
Of course.
Of course,
Okay,
of course,
come on,
of
yeah.
course,
Of course the
of
people
course.
know,
Thank
yeah.
the people know. The people know.
आएगा तो Daenerys, you know, सबको everyone.
Matlab, exactly. I'm sorry, but while watching the episode, my first thought when she started that rampage was, "Kya angar mutrela Drogon bhai, kya angar?" And then I couldn't get that thought out of my head, so it was horrible. But there was not a lot of talking in today's episode because once the battling started, it was just relentless. But there was some kind of nice interactions, which sort of brings me to my next question to the audience and to you, which is. What was the best interaction on this episode according to you? Was it Jon and Dany? Was it Tyrion and Jaime? Was it Sandor and Arya? Or was it Jaime and Cersei? Audience, what was your favorite? Prashasti, what was your favorite?
Tyrion and Jaime.
Tyrion and Jaime? What about it?
I think again, if I keep the logic aside, I just like them together. Okay, it's so rare to see them talking. I like the banter. I like the dialogues. As in, they just, even if the writing is not great or whatever, they just bring out something.
The chemistry is great.
The chemistry is great. So yeah, I liked it. I liked the callbacks to previous episodes. Like, you know, so yeah, it was a good scene, and in a way you know कि ये आखिरी बार मिल रहे हैं, like इसके बाद नहीं. So again, it was some closure.
Also that hug in that when he
also
cried,
when he says that you were the only
emotional,
one who didn't treat me like a monster.
And it was a very nice feeling. I was like, man, that's so nice, you know.
Oh man.
And then he says no कि you know whatever कि if me dying can save so many people, I've been such a monster. Check up to मर जा.
A lot of history in that conversation. A lot of the past coming up. A lot of that, you know, my feelings and how I've been treated and all that.
That was quite a beautiful like resolution. What was your
jokes?
Favorite?
My favorite? Actually, no, finish now. Jokes?
Yeah,
what jokes?
The hand joke or the
yeah.
But that's the thing, right? He's like, I got caught because of my hand, and then the next shot is everyone is running and they focus on his hand, and he looks at the hood. I'm like, wow, great disguise.
Great disguise.
You can get a golden hand. You can't afford a glove for that. What? It's so simple.
Can't do it.
Chonga pen.
He just has it ready, right? In case he's walking around, he sees a bunch of infinity stones and he needs to put them on, like immediately. He can't have the glove and all that nonsense.
My interaction actually doesn't feature on that place. My interaction was the best between the Grand Maester and Gregor, where he's like, she is your queen, listen to her.
I love that.
I laughed so much. I rewound that because I was like, I want that. He's so annoying, Qyburn. He was so oily.
The way he threw him was like kachra.
Yeah,
like
that was beautiful. That was Hulk Loki, basically.
It was
that was one
Hulk
redeeming moment.
And
I wanted that to happen between Jaime and Euron. You know, when Euron showed up, I just wanted to be like, not worth my time. Our audience has voted. Tyrion and Jaime and Sandor and Arya. Sorry? I said, so I'm with Sandor and Arya.
I agree.
For me, it's here's the thing with Sandor and Arya, right? And by the way, his name is Sandor. He's not the Hound, all right? He's a sweet man. And just shut up, all right? So the thing with Sandor and Arya is, my entire feeling is, it's the one arc that the show has never dropped the ball on. Like in this entire sort of last season of rushing and fucking up people's arc, all of that. This one thing, it came out of nowhere. It could have been many things, and it's this beautiful sort of father-daughter relationship,
it's
right?
Fantastic,
and
like character development, right? If they both seen the highs, they both seen the lows, they both had the redemption moments.
Correct.
This redemption moment of his was just so where it's like you hate the person, then you see redemption for them. Like same with Jaime, how they've done that, you know. But with this, I'm like, man, I love you.
Yeah,
go.
Straight.
Yeah.
It's literally that. It's like that bit of you don't want to become me.
Yeah.
Was so beautiful. And I think after that was the first time she called him Sandor.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah. First time she's ever called him. And they've called each other a lot of shit.
And I was just like,
but yeah, it was very well done.
Sweet.
There was a 2% part of me that wanted her to go back and at the last second Clegane Bowl when you think he's going to die, she like saves him. But
same. I thought something like that would happen.
That would have been nice.
But like if there was like a separate series that would explore just I would prefer Arya and Sandor, just the adventures of Arya and Sandor.
Buddy cop show.
Buddy cop, yeah. Just
buddy
doing
cop show.
bad cop, good cop, just doing crazy stuff.
Oh my god, that would be amazing.
I'd kill to watch
Bad cop, worst cop is what they'd be. That combination would be bad cop, worst cop.
Or bad cop, multiple face cop, you know, like you can be like, I'm bad cop, no surprise, I'm good cop, surprise, I'm bad still.
I'm indifferent cop. I'm indifferent cop, that's it. Jaime and Cersei. Alright, that's one of the most divisive things I think in this episode from what I've seen online. Jaime and Cersei, what did you think? Worked for you, didn't work for you?
I think I personally really I did not want any redemption for Cersei, and they gave it to her, and that I'm thinking maybe the scene would have had some merit, but I was so put off by the fact that they tried to humanize her and then sort of kill her. Oh, I don't know if she's dead or not, but so I was just tuned all like, why is this happening, dude? Why is this room? Whatever. Why is she a mother now? She's this evil queen. Why can't she die like that? So yeah, and since last episode when Jaime actually walked out of Winterfell saying कि मैं इसको बचाने जा रहा हूँ, तब से I'm like again, I see it, but I would have preferred.
But I remember when that happened, everyone lost it. Everyone was like, fuck boy. What a fuck boy.
Instagram viewers, if you watch on Insider, remember you can win prizes. On Instagram, you will not win prizes. So with me, Jaime and
that was
Cersei.
a very weird relation to fuck boy.
I know.
You're like fuck boy.
Instagram se yaad aaya. Instagram se yaad aaya. So I'll tell you why it was. The thing is, theoretically it worked for me in the sense that the closing of the loop, I don't think there was any way the story could have ended other than Jaime and Cersei together. It was never going to be Jaime and Brienne happy. It was never going to be any of those things. It was always, but I thought it was going to go in that Kingslayer this thing where he sort of does that. I'm not sure about the whole sort of like hugging each other and weeping and this thing, but overall, like I'm saying, it's just the fact that this absurd, bizarre love story that should not work kind of comes together in the end to me, I think is one of the great narrative things that this show has pulled off, even with like Jaime's slight backtracking over the last. I mean, like, that's my opinion.
And each person has their opinion. I support her in this because it would be great if you've seen Cersei's entire character. And at the end of it, imagine you're building everything. At the end of it, you are subjected to your entire city burning down, your entire everything that you've built and lived towards burning down, and you die alone. See, if she died alone, I'd be like,
tragic.
Yeah, that's it. Sure. You know what? That I see that at the, in your last seconds, you realize, man, I shouldn't have been this person.
Sure.
Whatever my motives, you didn't need someone to remind you, to hug you.
But I really loved that, like for example, and I feel like this is one of those places where the technical team really brought it. There's that beautiful shot where it's just the two of them on that map of Westeros.
Yeah.
That she keeps looking at that floor, and it's physically crumbling around them. And it's such a great depiction of literally everything they wanted to build, physically crumbling around
there
them.
There were a lot of scenes like that.
That was beautiful, I thought.
Very, very well done.
That was, what was your favorite single shot in the episode? Like, before we get to the next audience question, I want to ask this.
Let me think. It was a very beautiful episode, very honestly.
Yes.
I just think, which was my favorite. I think it was the one when the two brothers, the Clegane brawl is happening, and then, you know...
Is the one with the dragon flying past? Was it?
Yeah, as in the fighting, and the entire thing, right? The fighting on the staircase, the building is crumbling, the dragon is flying past, and then finally they fall in the fire. I'm like, that whole sequence, I loved it.
That one shot in there where they're both on the staircase, where he's down, he's here, and that one dragon flies past. I was like, what is happening?
And then there's fire at the back
what
also. I'm like, there's complete chaos happening.
That was amazing. Clegane Bowl was outstanding.
It was beautiful.
Which brings us to the next question for the audience and for you too.
Yes.
What was the best line in the episode? Was it Euron saying another king for you? Was it Cersei saying, I want our baby to live? Was it Davos saying, I'm not going to like this favor, am I? Or was it Sandor? Hello, big brother.
Sandor.
Sandor?
Sandor.
Sandor.
For me.
Sandor for you. Sandor for me also. Anything to do with Sandor in this episode. Is a win.
And like I said earlier also, like I told them also, basically I've only read like the first 3 books. I got bored.
Right.
Because it was just too much to read and too much to consume.
Fair.
But the first 3 books have also explored the relationship between Sandor and his brother and the entire situation. And I'm like, I have a younger brother. I know the anger. I know how angry he would feel.
Right? That brother on brother thing was...
that entire like, I am so going to whoop your ass.
That brother on brother. There was a lot of brother on brother. Like,
full on. Thing. And then it's just that look, what I loved about was the fight was not only was it brother on brother, but every time he was about to be defeated, rather than defeat, he starts laughing. He's like, I can't believe how stupid this situation is.
That was great.
Yeah,
like inevitability of it.
Yeah,
right?
like Fachak.
He was like, that one moment where you see Gregor in that chainmail helmet and you see him framed against that thing with it, that was like one Darth Vader moment.
It was.
Like that was like one proper Darth Vader. Like that felt that iconic.
Like I literally even tweeted it with the mask off. It was literally Darth Vader without the mask.
It was
like
literally
this is literally the same look, the same. But that, oh man, that
just goes to show that you can pay off a fan theory without fucking it up. Then you proved it this one time. Audience, what did you think? What was the best dialogue in this episode?
Audience.
Yes!
That's the spirit.
That's right. We're experts. We know what we're doing. We knew the right answer all along.
Of course,
This whole time, we knew it. We absolutely knew it. What was the favor that was asked of Davos, by the way?
He had to smuggle the key to free Jaime. That's what I feel was the...
He had to help Tyrion read Jaime, I figured.
Okay.
Is what I understood.
Yeah, I mean, because Tyrion pulls out the key, right, to free Jaime. So I presume that was the key that was sort of, I don't know, maybe, or smuggle Jaime out.
But then that landscape would...
But at King's Landing, the dinghy that was left there was left there by Davos. Like,
maybe that could have been the one.
Because that felt like one thing that wasn't like clearly resolved in the episode. Now, because this is a serious show, where we take serious discussion seriously.
I'm in serious mode now.
Yes, it's good that you are, because we demand that every guest who comes on this show give us one terrible Game of Thrones pun. before they're allowed to leave.
Well, I'm glad I'm here.
Yes, exactly.
I'm so not glad about this.
Exactly. Exactly. This is why you're here, Sahil. This is what you're here for.
This is my entire life
This
has been
is what you're here
leading
for.
up to this moment.
My
It
career
has.
takes a nosedive after this, guys. You
Everything.
guys are
This is it.
responsible.
Prashasti, you go.
Uh,
By the way, no pressure, but the audience will vote on who did the
okay,
best
guys,
pun.
listen,
No
this is
pressure.
my kind of humor. Okay?
Let's do it.
Pun is not really my thing, but I'll try.
You denouncing puns
No,
just so that, like, in case it sucks, like,
Right
you
next
know.
to you, I'm hot
It's
now.
okay, Sahil. Oh God, I'm so yeah. So pun, right? So what did the people of Westeros say when they saw Daenerys flying with her
Okay.
dragon? Oh shit! I'm sorry.
Say it, come on.
It said Daenerys. I have done this on camera, guys. I can't believe this. Guys.
I could sense the
If anybody wants to go to the loo, pee and come, go, because this slow clap is going on for another 6 minutes at least.
Guys,
Like,
at least
at
original.
least
You went
another
through it.
6
I'm
minutes.
proud of you.
right?
Yeah,
Daenerys,
You went for
bhalo.
it.
Daenerys, bhalo, bhago.
You threw down hard on that one. Well done. I appreciate it. Sahil.
Mine, this was one I cracked many years ago, was what do you call a Lannister who smokes up? Cersei Lannister!
Yeah, guys, you went.
Amazing.
Alright.
That's why when the city was burning, she like, I got a light, bro.
I'm getting high. Mine.
What's yours? Come on, let's do this.
What do you call a dragon burp? Dakaris.
And I think
I can-
Daenerys
yeah,
was
hey,
better.
give me-
Sorry,
for that.
there we
Yeah,
go. Thank
please,
you,
for
thank you,
sure.
thank you,
Four
thank you,
Mr.
thank you,
High-fives
thank
for
you.
that.
Audience,
I think Daenerys was better.
who was the best punner of the day? Was it me? Was it Prashasti? Was it Sahil?
Daenerys
Tell
Prashasti,
us.
Prashasti for the
Prashasti.
effort. I
Prashasti
would give
for the
Prashasti
effort.
for the effort.
For the effort and the crumbling of confidence while saying the answer. I think for both are very important in a terrible pun. And you really brought the thunder on that one.
Oh God,
I
can't
did.
believe I just did it.
No, I'm very glad.
We are all
Because
proud of
we
you.
had to get one moment of mirth because what we're going to be discussing next are all the deaths in the episode.
That's
So
gonna be
before
fun.
that, we just wanted to get this out of the way. Because it would have been very weird to be like, kitna log mara, apan bata. Like, so we figured we'd do it in this order. Audience, tell us now. This is the only vote that matters.
Oh!
It me! I have bested
You
you
have
at your
bested
game,
me.
good sir.
I'm gonna
I
see
have
you.
bested you.
I'm gonna see you again in 5 years saying, hello, brother. Let's do
As
this.
long as you don't push my head down in the fire before that,
Yeah.
we're good. You can do that. We're good.
I'll see you,
which
audience. I see you. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Each and every one of you.
brings me to the next question.
Haji.
The deaths.
Yeah.
Which ones worked, which ones didn't? Did the Jaime and Cersei death scene work for you? Because this is, said, most split
Not
down
for
the
me,
middle.
guys.
Not for you at all? Not for you at all?
I've told you which death worked for me.
With
The fuck.
that was
I have
amazing.
Gone back, gone forward. Gone back, gone
Yeah,
forward.
That was outstanding.
Yeah.
That was
You know, like to be honest, more than character deaths, the extra deaths in this episode,
They were
like
quite
of
out.
all the extras,
Yeah.
were
Yeah.
gory beyond.
They
like,
were. I
would
think
say-
that in that trauma of war really came out.
Yeah.
Like that sense of this is how cities fall. Like
there was a stunning amount of blood in this episode, and I was like, wow. Like, throughout the show, you're like, kape hai death, kape. They're like, you want death?
Yeah.
Bhar ke le lo.
Le.
Weirdly
Barke.
enough, not that much blood because it all gets burnt up pretty immediately.
Yeah,
like
but
plenty of corpses.
Even
Not that much.
the fire scenes, right? The anguish of just showing
Oh,
the
yeah,
guys
yeah.
going ah.
Yeah. That also the beautiful little touches, right? Again, where the technical team really nailed it. The little wildfire deposits also going off in all the wide shots.
Yeah,
the little green
yeah,
flames also
yeah.
going off. That was also quite like.
And like I think the one that really like I was like, man, they've done it really well was at the end when Arya sees the mother and daughter corpse hugging
Yes.
each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a very like
Yes.
if you've seen photos of Pompeii, there are all
Yeah.
those photos of one guy. There are two skeletal figures hugging each other who've been preserved, and I think it was like almost like a reference to that of just those
And also
two.
just how fruitless it was, right?
Yeah.
Because there was that point where she was like, follow me. And I was like, okay, Arya's going to choose a new path and lead people to safety. And that's what's going to happen. But it's Game of Thrones.
yeah, and
So that's not a
But that
thing.
was very real Game of Thrones for a change.
Yes,
The entire
yes,
people, like they're
yes.
good at killing people,
Yeah.
so they did it
Yeah,
well.
and no like subverting or expecting or whatever. Like, nahi,
Yeah.
bacche marenge,
Yeah,
sab
yeah.
log
So
marenge,
everyone will die.
everyone will die.
You name it.
Everyone will die. Jaime and Cersei didn't work for you. Clegane Bowl, I think most affecting death.
Yes.
Oh, that
Very
jump out
satisfying.
was
Yeah,
very
that
like it was
was-
Bollywood also. It was
that
very
was-
Bollywoodish, like almost like.
But well done, yeah. I mean, if you're
but-
not going to do Bollywood in the second last episode of your show
I know,
ever.
But like
climax.
I'm saying that entire frame of crumbling through and falling into the
fire.
Fire.
Yeah.
Of all the things, you know?
Which was like the most heroic thing. Sandor chose fire.
Fire,
Like,
that's this thing.
just well done or well psychotic broken from reality, Sandor.
Yeah, I also love the way
well,
we discussed, right?
The throwing, na?
The throwing
Yeah,
on the
man.
mountain.
And his head splits open instantly. So like,
Yeah. Immediately. Like a grape. Like a grape. He's
I don't know, this guy's a zombie. They built him as a zombie, right? कुछ भी करेगा, queen के लिए कुछ भी करेगा, पट खत्म.
Yeah, khatam. Also, I don't know, but I want a gif of just basically Cersei walking past Sandor and Gregor is me leaving parties.
Yeah.
Like this is like, तो तुम लोग करो.
I'll see you
Peace
tomorrow.
out. Peace out. तुम लोग करो.
That was really nice.
That was she just like cool. Peace out.
मैं चली हूँ.
Cersei out.
मुझे नहीं चाहिए ये
Just out. That was outstanding. So now that we've talked about the deaths, we have an important question here. Which was the saddest death, dear audience, in this episode? Was it Lord Varys? Was it Jaime Lannister? Was it Sandor Clegane or Euron Greyjoy? Anybody who votes Euron Greyjoy will be blocked from the Insider app forever.
He'll be
and also
banned.
from Instagram and also just from going out in life and interacting with people, ideally.
Even Euron wouldn't select his own death as the
Even
best
Euron would be like,
ever.
guys, come on.
मैंने ऐसे किया था. I mean, it's not like.
Yeah.
I think it'll be very funny if at the end of the show, like at the end of episode 6 also, there's a post-credit scene where this Euron's still lying on that beach. And he's not died, but nobody knows.
Yeah.
And nobody cares.
Nobody cares. So it's just him lying there.
One fisherman is like, hi, I'm the
Like,
Kingslayer.
Dude, they forgot Yara and all what. It's
Dude,
gone.
she's the smartest person on the show.
Chilling
She's
with
the
the-
winner right now. She's chilling on the Iron Islands, which are not destroyed at all.
Yeah.
Everything is safe. She has whatever's left of the fleet. Westeros has essentially been burnt to the ground.
Yeah.
She's chilling. She's on a sailboat.
She
chilling.
and Bran must be chilling together. Yeah.
Basically,
Bran is
yeah.
like she's going through the entire battle like, acha bhai ye ho raha hai, that is happening.
Yeah,
I've
basically.
seen everything.
I've seen everything. That's what. What audience was the saddest death of this episode, according to you?
Sandor agreed.
Sandor
Sandor is the winner.
feeling, which you know what also says a lot about the show's sort of writing when you can have like the death of Jaime Lannister, which we knew one of the main Lannisters coming, and you look at it and you go, you know what, that didn't really affect me that much
But that's what I'm
today.
saying, na.
The Hound more.
Look at the character development. You start off with Sandor as an asshole, and then he's constantly abusing everyone. He's constantly being a horrible person. When Arya leaves him to die, I'm like, fuck. He deserves it. Again, even though you've read and you know
And
what's
all of
happening.
that. And then you find him with Septon Ray later on.
Yeah,
and all of
exactly.
that.
But as it progresses, you start empathizing more with the character. And then towards the end, with that redemption, just that one, you don't want to be like me, like we discussed.
beautiful.
Just that it's just so.
It was beautiful. It's the
Like,
most perfect arc on the show.
You love the guy then. You're like, you know what?
I was thinking, is it true that what he's saying, right? That the certain characters like Sandor Clegane, right, where there's an arc, and now what he's become, it's consistent now.
Yes.
Bad
Yes.
guy to good guy.
Genuine
now he's
redemption arc.
consistent.
Yeah.
What they're doing with the other characters, they're just flip-flopping so much that you don't you don't know what to believe about them. Yeah.
Also, are they interesting enough? The ones that are
Yeah.
left, in the sense that, like, just fundamentally, are Jon and Dany really interesting enough? Then to carry a final episode. Like, I honestly, I feel like everybody I cared about is gone.
Yeah.
Other than I think Arya and Tyrion. I think that's really the only thing I'm watching to see if one of them goes. I'll feel sorry. If it's either Jon or Dany, I'm just like, good riddance, both of you.
Like Arya, so cool. You know, you got so much stuff going on for her. Like, this was my theory. I thought throughout I was waiting. I thought, you know, she'll be the Grandmaster. She'll be the Grandmaster. She'll like just remove. She'll lead her to safety.
And then
Kill her.
That's
And
what I
just
thought.
remove and be
That's
like,
what I
hey,
thought also,
yeah,
yes.
just letting
She's
you know.
not used that skill only.
So I think she'll do that next episode with Daenerys.
Maybe be Jon.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, she'll use Jon's face.
Yeah.
She'll use Jon's face to get Daenerys, which means Jon has to die though.
What?
Arya will have
You have to die, not use someone's face.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Can you use the face of a live person?
don't
What's
think so.
what's
I think
Game of
she's so-
Thrones
I think you
in-world
can-
logic? Can you use anybody's face?
I don't know how it works.
What's
It's
the
very
in-world? What's canon here?
It's more like you touch and you're like, now I'm you.
Acha, aisa hai kya? Okay, then fair.
I'm
Then
it.
fair. Then what do I know?
No, I
Then-
don't.
then what do
I
know?
thought you can use dead people's faces only.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought.
what. That's what I
I
thought.
might be
That's what I
wrong.
thought. Also,
That she
that
kills-
last scene of her with the horse was beautiful. Like, I know it was
that-
divisive, but I thought it was surreal as hell and beautiful.
That was very good.
Yeah,
Good looking scene again.
Yes.
I took a photo. I think I put up also. I put up a photo of me in a horse mask with a knife saying, "This is Arya next episode." I think
Nice.
no one cared, but I was very happy
Nice.
with my.
As you should
like,
be.
You
As
should.
you
If you
should
can take
be.
human faces, you can take a horse face
As you
also.
should be. No, absolutely. As you absolutely. No, you know what my theory was when I saw that first, and this is again horrible. This is where my first thought was, "Oh, ghoda jaakin haga raha hai."
Even internet देखा मैंने.
Same thing, right? Like,
वो घोड़ा जाके नगा रहा है, and then I was like, no, 1 second. Now I'm pushing it.
yeah, that's what I'm like. If you can change faces and become any person, I'm sure you can become a horse. You know.
And
So,
that's how the live-action BoJack Horseman movie came to be. Okay. One more question before we move on to the predictive questions. There were a bunch of duels in this episode.
Yeah.
I don't even know why we're asking because I feel like we're going to
because
know
we
what
know
the
the
best
answer.
one was. What was the best duel in this episode? Was it whatever the fuck the first option
I
is?
think we have
Or
told
was
you.
it the mountain versus the
Our
hound?
answer.
I'm not even reading the first option. It has these words that I don't like only in it. Like it's just
Like neuron.
You know, like
Yeah.
my entire thing with this entire Jamie thing is that I was saying again, like I'm very like fusky when it comes to if I get hurt, if I get like I got cut just now with a pin and I was like, that hurts.
Right.
He got stabbed twice, fatak, he just gets up like
Yeah, but by
theek
neuron.
hai, oh yeah.
Not real stabs. Not even real stabs. Like just like Monty Python. This but a scratch. This but a scratch. Not even a real scratch. I really wanted it to be. I wanted that to be the Hulk Loki moment. I wanted that to be the Raiders of the Lost Ark moment where Indiana Jones just takes out his gun and shoots that guy.
Yeah.
Because Euron is so I'm gonna be amazing. Just one
Also, like
would have been.
And he deserves
brilliant.
that death.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Like
कहाँ
literally
से
just
आ
one.
गया? कहाँ भी नहीं पहले. First season से हूँ. तो hero बन रहा है.
That is the perfect reaction. That's the perfect. Yeah.
like her reaction sidesteps everything. Not even my पहले season से हूँ. I नहीं वो होते नहीं
Yeah,
class.
literally. What? क्या कर रहा है यहाँ तू?
उससे भुक भाग के चले अब पूरा चल रहा है. मतलब अभी तुम उधर वाइट वॉकर्स को मार पीट के आए हो, राइट से लड़ के आए हो, तब तो तलवार चल रही थी मजे से. I was very pissed. I think that is where I started us losing that.
This is the most emotion Euron Greyjoy has generated
Yeah,
on
in
an
any
entire
one.
arc of the show.
Oh, wow.
This is hands up. Well, can we have the answers, even though we know it's a foregone conclusion? Well,
Who are these two?
the 2% of you.
2%.
It's the guy who played Euron and his mom. दोनों फोन लेके VPN पे इंडिया सेलेक्ट करके.
Come on, man. I was good. Yeah. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh, sorry.
So our next questions, the next two questions, the final two questions in the episode that we do are what they are. They're predictive questions. So we don't actually know what the answer will be until we watch next week's episode. But anybody who gets both answers right will get $50 in their insider wallet.
That's
my
cool,
God.
man.
Yeah. Also, by the way, everybody who's watching this episode and has watched every episode of the season and watches till the end could win a trip to Croatia, by the way. Yeah. Which, if you saw today's episode, there's really not much left standing of it. But you can still go. It'll be nice.
Yeah, you'll see Euron lying over there like,
Hey, I'm the guy that can.
देखो इधर नहीं आया.
Like you just bend down, take a photo. It's like, take a photo. No, I want a photo with the sword. That's Jaime Lannister's sword. I want a photo with Jaime Lannister's sword. So first predictive question for our audience watching. We will know the answers next week. Who will sit on the Iron Throne? Will it be Dany? Will it be Jon? Will it be Arya? Will it be other? Is there even an Iron Throne to sit on? Also, that was another nice revelation. The fact that what Dany saw in her dream was never snow on the Iron Throne. It was ash. She had that vision where she saw what looked like a crumbled. Who do you think will sit on the Iron Throne?
I think other.
Ador.
I think it would be.
just like one guy walks in. Kaise ho? Can I be the
No, it's one of the guys from Lost.
Yeah, just
One of the others. One of the others, literally,
right.
and just comes and sits on the throne.
Dude, I was thinking about Lost today. Okay, when I saw Lost, I watched it after everyone. Like
After the
saw
hate.
it
I've seen
after
it.
the
Yeah,
hate.
yeah, I've
After
seen
the
it,
hate.
like,
You
now.
guys saw it like live.
Before
or was it
live.
happening?
No, I didn't.
Our world
I'm not-
crumbled. My world, I saw it live.
Yeah.
I saw it happen. I saw the train wreck
I saw
happen.
it later, okay, and
Right.
the first few seasons I was hooked in a way that I would not go to office, okay, and watch it.
Basically.
But I knew I was prepared for the last two
Yeah.
seasons.
Yeah.
People had told me, so it did not affect me the way it did probably.
Right, okay.
Today I felt what people. Sorry,
Welcome.
I
No. Welcome to the Museum of Petty Sadness. That's what this is. Like feeling real sadness for something which when you go home and realize, wait, this is fake. All those actors at home, they're chilling with their families. Why am I so like beaten up over this?
Starbucks.
What did the audience say? Who did they think it will be?
John and other.
Other.
Oh,
Wow.
Other
People
is-
have really
yeah.
given up on our protagonists. We're just
Yeah.
like, kaun bhi baithe, lekin please, not these guys.
Other could be anyone.
Yeah,
It could
literally.
literally
Could
be
literally be
anyone.
Adar Malik.
Yeah.
It could literally be Adar Malik just sitting.
She killed my bhaiya.
episode. In fact, that's who it is. Spoiler alert, guys. Spoiler alert. Final predictive question. This is a sad one.
Okay.
Audience, will Tyrion die in the final episode?
I would want to believe no. It's like it looks inevitable, and hence I would want to believe. Like if he doesn't die, I'll be
setting yourself up for just sadness and disappointment and grief.
So I would want to say no because it's so obvious right now
Sure.
that he will be dying.
Is he the last of the Lannisters?
He is the last of the Lannisters.
Oh, Lannisters.
Unless
Last
Cersei
of the
gave
Lannisters.
birth
Lannisters,
under Snow.
yeah.
I
I don't know. I think they'll keep him.
They keep him around?
They'll keep him. He's like, of all the characters, he still has got some good. Unless, like, Daenerys really loses her shit.
Yeah.
And like, Abhi now, which he is. But I really feel, I think they'll keep him.
Okay.
Actually, it's the last episode. They can kill him. How does it matter? It's not like
exactly.
what season
That's what I'm
are.
saying.
He
I
can
think
kill
he's
everyone.
gone. I think he's toast.
They can literally kill everyone in the next episode. Who will complain? There's no new season to fix anything.
Nobody will complain.
Yeah.
Nobody will complain. And nobody will watch it. Oh, wow.
Ooh, that's a close one.
Shit. Okay.
That's a close one.
Shit, that is close. Yeah, 49-51. Fair enough. Well, that's it from us today on Beyond the Wall. Thank you so much for participating in this discussion. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I will be back on Friday with This Week in Movies, where the theme this week is movie villains. Yes, and pot prize of 50,000 rupees. I will also be back on Monday to discuss the final episode ever. I can't believe I'm saying this. Final episode ever.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt.
Of Game of Thrones. It is gonna hurt. All said and done, it's still gonna hurt. It is the end of an era.
It is. Yeah.
It's something we followed very closely for several years.
Yeah.
And man, I don't know. But thank you so much for being here today.
Yeah,
I hope you had fun. I had a ton of fun discussing this
fun.
with you. This divisive episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a comment on Instagram, and this video will be on IGTV tomorrow. So thank you for watching. Thank you, Sahil. Thank you, Prashasti.
Bye-bye.
This was fun. Bye.
Amazing.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.